let's go, let's go. We'll win the fight, we'll show our might, we'll do our best for the black and white. For we're mighty proud of the mighty black and white. We're mighty proud of the mighty black and white. Are a mighty club, we know, we're on the way to victory. Let's go, let's go. We'll fight the fight, we'll show our might, we'll do our best for the black and white. For we're mighty proud of the mighty black and white. We're mighty proud of the mighty black and white. The Magpies are a mighty club, we know, we celebrated our Magpie Club. Let's go, let's go. We'll win the fight, we'll show our might, we'll do our best for the black and white. For we're mighty proud of the mighty black and white. We're mighty proud of the mighty black and white.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to AFLNT's coverage of the 2022-2023 TIO NTFL season here at TIO Stadium. On Larrakia country, you're here for under 18s boys action, round 10 football with Stu Davis and Rob Hale. Stu, this is the top of the table clash here.
It is, first versus second, and a bit of a quirk to the draw. This is the first time these two teams have met for the season, so I know that they both played other teams a couple of times already, but yeah, been looking forward to this one for a few weeks now, and obviously Palmerston playing some great footy, just had the one loss so far and 7 wins, and St Mary's also just the one loss, but they've had an extra bye and 6 wins, so the winner tonight sits on top of the table, and no doubt it won't be the last time they meet this year, and expect to see them in finals action later in the year.
Yeah, Matty Rhea's the coach of Palmerston, with Jared Livingston the coach of St Mary's. St Mary's have a couple of players in the Prems, but I'm not too sure if Palmy have any boys out or playing Premier League football. I'm not certain on that, but Saints do have 2 out, with Xavier Vallejo and Parker Fawcett.
Yeah,
so
that's right. Parker Fawcett making his debut in Premier League football last week, and
did all right.
He did, and of course Xavier's played some Premier League football in the past, just coming back from school interstate, played a couple of 18s games, and he's back in the Premier League side this week. So we're set for a start here at TIO Stadiums. St Mary's kicking to the right of screen in the first quarter as the big fella, as we're used to seeing, Kazamba, thumps the ball forward for St Mary's, and they get the early first entry down to the inside forward 50, but good tidy up work from Palmerston, but this one's chopped off by Baldock for St Mary's, just the front half of the centre square. He chips the ball inside forward 50, the ball spills forward, and taking it down there for Saints was Romolo, but he got worried out of it, and now Elijah Davey, some good work across half-back, hand passes across to Leo Holtz. Holtz clears to the outer wing where St Mary's have got the numbers if they can control the ball. That's cleverly done by Niembo to work it back, and then a long kick down towards half forward, but there's plenty of Palmerston players in defence down there, as just trying to avoid a couple of tacklers was Fuller, but had the ball knocked out of his hands in the end, and now Palmerston running in numbers, work it out of defence as Rasmussen kicks around the grandstand side, and they've got the chance to settle Davey, yep, and Rasmussen again ran forward and gets on the end of this one, so just settling things down on the outer side, but got close to the player on the mark, and the kick was smothered over the boundary line, so just needed to be a bit more aware there and give himself some more space. But a boundary throw in on the outer wing as we're still looking for the first score of the game, and doing the ruck work in there for Saints was Niembo. As there's a whistle here, it's going to be a St Mary's free kick, and it's Baldock once again trying to find his teammate Bush in the middle, but the kick just missed the target, and now good use of the ball through the hands as Saints get it down to half forward, where Panaris takes a mark about 50 metres out from goal. He's looking around at options here. He decides to go straight down the middle of the ground, and from the marking contest, Armat hand passes over the top, but thumped away now. A snap on goal, and just offline, and that was Brett Wilson. So Saints missing the big Ethan Coleman down at full forward tonight, Robbie. Just having the week off, so it's they go a little bit shorter, a little bit smaller inside the forward line tonight.
Yeah, Palmerston have a few blokes as well with Premier League experience. Tyrell Corey just kicked the footy then, has played Premier League for Palmerston before as well.
So Rasmussen this time runs around the player on the mark, kicks the ball inside the centre square, but Baldock's read that well and takes a nice mark under a bit of pressure.
Third or fourth touch for Baldock. Very good early, the wily veteran.
Veteran of under-18s football, that is, of course, and gets the ball inside forward 50, and again Rasmussen through the hands, got it out, but just Spilton now running away across half back as Eric Cox, he kicks wide to the outer wing, but strong attack on the ball in defence down there by Cooper Rainey for St Mary's, and he's done pretty well in a 1-on-2 to get the ball over the boundary line for a boundary throw in.
Yeah, Elijah Davey, number 8's the brother of the Davey twins who got drafted the Bombers, son of Froggy. And Normie Tiplura as well, in for St Mary's, who's played Premier League for Tiwi Bombers before.
So from that boundary throw in, or strong tackle, as Wilson eventually gets the hand pass out, but at ground level trying to keep it in play was Edward Niembo, but couldn't do so, and it's a boundary throw in once again. So just waiting for the ball to come back into play. Interesting ruck contest, not the two tallest players around the contest doing the ruck work, but anyway the ball comes out the back, and Palmerston through Corey get the kick inside forward 50 for the first time, and there's a free kick paid, a relayed free kick down the field, and
no one's been on it.
So it's Rasmussen who will take that free kick now.
Oh no, Ethan Coleman's on the bench there.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, weird on there. Might have been late. I think Palmerston look like they've got him on the pace here a little bit, but St Mary's just looked a bit more structurally sound. Young Waylon Davey here, having a lot of shot on goal, son of Russell.
So he'll be kicking from just about the 50 metre line out pretty wide here. Kicks on its way, he's got a fair piece of it. He's going right to the goal line, but just missed to the right hand side. So after almost 5.5 minutes play, that's the first score of the game, which is behind to Palmerston. So St Mary's coming grandstand side as the kick goes slightly inboard, and Palmerston were pretty well set up there to thump it back in as Corey got it down into the forward pocket. Good use of the hands. Davey just took his eye off the ball as he was looking at what was coming, and it spilled over the boundary line for a throw in left forward pocket for Palmerston at the Michael Long centre end of the ground.
Seems like there's a strong breeze as well going to the right hand side here early on in this first quarter.
So ball spills over the back from that ruck contest. Oh, strong body work. Paves the way for St Mary's to clear out of defence, and but again it's Palmerston with the number advantage as Eric Cox sweeps around the back and then delivers forward. Play on the mark. The call as the mark was spilt down there, and a quick kick forward by Fuller, but now tapped out into some space. Normally Tipalura it is, who's had a couple of strong contests already, and now just bouncing around at the feet, but Palmerston get it out eventually, and a high kick by Brooking into the right forward pocket, making good position down there was Warwick Campbell, and he takes the mark out near the boundary.
I think Warwick Campbell's one of the boys from Catherine. They've got a bit of a Catherine connection. A bus comes up, I think, for Palmy. So he has played in the A trip for a few years, Warwick Campbell.
So going off the outside of the boot here, but just got it narrow and out of bounds on the full in the right forward pocket. So a real arm wrestle so far, Robbie, in the early stages of this game.
Yeah, there we go again. Players have to jump over and grab it. So this will give Palmy some time to set up. It is a very good game, top of the table clash. I've been excited to watch Palmerston. Haven't seen him this year either, Stu.
Yeah.
But we have commentated a few St Mary's games, so we do know sort of their sort of side, and obviously you're at St Mary's selection.
So, yeah, I've been looking forward to seeing Palmerston. They're obviously playing good football, and they're showing it early tonight as well, right in the contest here as ball spills wide now, and Bo DeMello just running onto it down there, but it's Niembo for St Mary's who clears it away, and now through the hands it is Ethan Coleman. He's out there. They must have had a change of heart about Ethan, so he was going to have a break, but he's out there playing, which is a good sign. So now the ball spills out, and through the hands, a quick kick forward by Saints, high inside forward 50. Standing under it down there was Madrill, but he couldn't take the mark. It spills out the back now, and Baldock swings the kick towards goal. It's going right to the goal line, bounces just inside, and that's a terrific finish, and just bounced inside the line and kept on its path, but a good snap around the corner under some pressure, and he's started the game pretty well, Isaiah Baldock, Robbie.
Yeah, he definitely has. He's had probably 6 touches now, and he had that kick inboard there that went to Norman Tipler, which was the right kick in that previous play, because Palmy had 2 blokes sitting behind the play, opened up the play, and then someone was just sitting free for Palmerston in the middle of the for St Mary's in the middle of the forward 50 there.
So just getting ready for the restart here. Saints with the first goal on the board, almost 7 minutes into, or almost 7 minutes to go in this first quarter, as Saints get the clearance again, and at ground level down there, Stavery gets a hand pass over the top, but Palmerston with a bit of strength get the handball out, but Saints are set up behind it and working hard at ground level now, trying to force it forward. It's a wrestle for the ball at ground level. A strong tackle there by Connor Williams, but a bit high, and it's Palmerston free kick to DeMello again. He's looking to bring the ball into the centre of the ground. Fortunately gets through as Elijah Davey gets on the end of it, and he kicks long inside forward 50. They've got a couple of players in the contest there. Ball spills over the back and just toe poked off the ground by Campbell. Almost a throw there, but I think the ball was out of bounds anyway, so a boundary throw in at left half forward for Palmerston, kicking left of screen in this first quarter. Is 10.5 minutes gone, just the 1 goal on the board. It's a real contest down there. So
it's good for Davey to do that switch and spread as well.
Well, a bounce favours Brooking as the kick towards goal goes right across the face and out of bounds on the full. So snapshot just kept going, and St Mary's with the free kick in defence, and chip it out wide where McWilliams takes the mark on the outer side. Now his kick's astray though, and it's Nate Rasmussen who takes the mark, and now he's found a player inboard, Eric Cox, in some space. He goes inside forward 50, a strong mark there. It's a great kick to advantage, but the mark had to be taken under some pressure with coming back towards him, and it was nicely taken. Now called to play on as he runs around on the mark, kicking around the corner from directly in front, Gabriel Mulholland. Kids watch a bit too much telly, I think, Robbie. That's that was a set shot from straight in front. You should be just kicking drop punts there, but unfortunately his kick hit the goal post and a let off for Saints, but this one's chopped off by Kalmer. Kalmer quickly gets it into a one-on-one contest at the top of the square. Good work at ground level and a snapshot once again, but again offline, and it was Warwick Campbell again involved down there. So it's Palmerston in the last couple of minutes doing all the attacking here, and Saints scrambling in defence.
Only 4 minutes to go in this quarter, and Palmer, you're going to have to take their opportunities here, because St Mary's will come back and go coast to coast, make them pay if they don't take their opportunities.
So Nathaniel brings the ball back in for Saints, just jogs out of the goal square, has a casual bounce, and then kicks long outside of defensive 50. The ball spills out the back, and good hands down there by Fairchild, but it was chopped off, and now it spills out towards the boundary line. Saints looking to keep it in. The big fella Kazamba does that and kicks the ball long down the line. The bounce favours Coleman here, and he gets a kick forward under pressure at the front of the pack. That's a good mark taken by Armat in the one-on-one contest, and he's marked about 30 metres out on about a 45-degree angle grandstand side here. He's having a look around, but he could kick this, couldn't he, Robbie?
Yeah, I reckon he can. He's got a lot of talent, Bangarang, and sometimes he does start slow, but getting that footy in long and deep to him reminds me a bit of Brendan Grenfell on Premier League last week. So good tactic and get it into him, because he has got some talent, young Bangarang.
Kicks on the way. It's a great looking kick, no problem whatsoever. That's a terrific set shot at goal, straight through the middle, and he certainly has got some talent. Trained with the league squad this week, and really looking to up his game, I think. Yeah,
definitely. Great, like we just said earlier, Stu, Palmerston really needed to take their chances there. St Mary's went coast to coast, obviously a bit of contest, but Coleman with the rush kick in, and just beautiful bodywork by the big Bangarang, and that's how you go back and line up and shoot, and that was on a tougher angle, and Palmy missed that goal, and Saints have made him pay. Goes out to 2-1-13 to 0-3-3.
Yeah, I think Saints will be pretty happy with their position at this stage. Palmerston have had a fair bit of the ball and had some opportunities. So from the restart, no real hit-out advantage, but it's Palmerston at ground level trying to work it out. The big fella Brooking hacks a kick inside forward 50. First to it in defence for Saints was Mac Jackson, got his toe to the ball, but following up for Palmerston was Bronker. He's involved again and trying to break away. Hand passes to himself in the end, and then got another hand pass inboard as the ball spills into some space, and some nice work by Romello, but then spoils the nice work with his kick, which goes out of bounds on the full.
Palmerston, I think there's two midfields for Palmerston yet to rotate as well, and St Mary's are rotating a lot more heavy. See how that goes for the duration of the game.
DeMello inside forward 50, but well read down there by Ethan Bush for Saints, and he takes the intercept mark just inside defensive 50, kicking it back to where it came from on the outer side of the ground. This time the ball slips over the back, and that's a good tackle as the hand pass was attempted, but it was Zane Jalel down there, got caught with the ball, and now Palmerston working it forward. It goes through the hands over the top. Scrambling defence by Saints, and Bush comes in, picks up and clears down the wing. The mark spilt down there by Panaris, but he recovered well, and now Saints get it down towards half forward. Terrific use of the body there by Tipalura, but I think the ball's Yeah, it's a free kick been paid. Said the contact was too early in the back, and Palmerston free kick around the outer side of the ground. It spills over the back, and now Saints looking to use runners inside as they chip the ball in. There's a Palmerston runner almost in the way down there. Play on's the call as the ball comes inside forward 50, picked up by Coleman on the left foot, snaps towards goal, but that bounces into the behind post, so it'll be a boundary throw in right forward pocket.
Yeah, it's lucky there. I think the umpires might have missed him there. I think they would have paid the 50.
So siren sounds to end the first quarter, and Saints have taken advantage most in their forward entries and just hold that 10-point lead, Robbie.
Yeah, definitely do. And Baldock, Romelo good for St Mary's. Palmerston, Cox, Davey and Corey all good. Goal scorers to Baldock and Byron Armat. Stay tuned for the second quarter.
This afternoon here at TIO Stadium. To the left of your radio they go.
Wow, what a goal to start the game.
Picked up by Makar. Beautiful.
Goes for home and it's nailed an absolute ripstorter.
From the pocket, and he's kicked an absolute ripper.
Hello and welcome back to TIO Stadium here. Palmerston versus St Mary's. Under 18 football, top of the clash. It was Stu Davis and Rob Hale. Stu, very good first quarter there, very quick. St Mary's taking the ascendancy and out to a 10-point lead.
Yeah, just more efficient going forward. Robbie took their chances where Palmerston didn't, but certainly anyone's game at quarter time, a 10-point margin, and you can see why Palmerston have been so successful this year. They've got plenty of height around the ground. They've got plenty of pace as well, and some good skills and plenty of talent on show. So it looks good for them, for their senior sides going forward, if they can retain all of these players and push them through to senior level. We've just got a bit of a setup issue here early in before the start of this quarter. In fact, I think they've got an extra player on the field.
Yeah, yeah, they're going to really have to be a bit more cleaner here. They've got young Davey on the ball, and the 2 goal scorers are Baldock and Byron Armat for the Saints.
So now we're all good and ready for the start. Niembo wins the hit out, but chopped off down there by Rasmussen. He hand passed forward to no one in particular, and ball bobbling around as Williams gets his hands on it and hack kick forward to half forward. Ball spills out, and kicking over his shoulder around there was Ballsy, and the ball spills out into some space at the back. Had some space and then ducked back into trouble, and the Saints players were all over him as Jello gets a hack kick forward, but out into space. There was no one there for Saints, and McConnell took the mark and now swings the ball laterally to the grandstand side, where Banderson chips it around the boundary line and finds his teammate Tyrell Corey. Corey uses the ball well by foot to Elijah Davey, and Palmerston have got the ball on the wing directly in front of the grandstand. Davey indicating that he's going to go long, but runs around the player on the mark before he does that, and now kicks long inside forward 50. Off hands, the ball spills over the back. Quick hand pass forward. Good defensive work down there for St Mary's by Gabiku, as the Palmerston players were looking to stream forward then, and he just cut across and saw the ball over the boundary line and forced a stoppage.
Yeah, Palmerston definitely had some quicks there, but Kabiku's got some pace. He just come across and just pushed that footy out.
So the boundary throw in at ground level. Saints through the hands as Jello kicks inside the corridor in the centre 50. Running onto it down there is Madrill for Saints. He kicks out into the wide open spaces of TIO Stadium on the grandstand side. Trying to pick it up one-handed in defence was Fuller. Eventually got both hands on it and controlled it. Got it into the centre of the ground, where Alberto Bronguer kicks it over the pack of players. And
contest.
Terrific contest down there. As trying to run through was Kalibi, and he got caught with the ball, and it spilled out now. Palmerston with an opportunity as it spills out here, and then in defence, Saints under all sorts of pressure down there, and an opportunity for Palmerston with a snapshot at goal. Yep, I think this one's good, and I think that was Gabriel Mulholland who had that set shot in the first quarter, but he's got this one round the corner all right, and, and a good goal for Palmerston.
Yeah, the St Mary's defender here, see the contest here, number 9, just had to take the footy out or throw it back boundary side, and then the footy come back in corridor, and Holland capitalises. Palmerston forwards, they're just trying to get out the back, and they got out the back on that occasion and got themselves a goal, but St Mary's spread has been pretty good.
So the early goal goes to Palmerston and tightens the margin up to 4 points, and it's probably a pretty reasonable reflection of the game. It's an even contest, both teams well in it, and starting again as it's interesting that Niembo's been the choice to do the ruck work early in the second quarter rather than the big fella Kazamba, but this time the hit-out's won by Palmerston in there. They get hands to the ball, but spills out, and Saints working hard at ground level. Baldock got it out the back eventually to Fairchild, who hacks the ball forward. It bounces inside forward 50 now, and running onto it, Armat picks up. He shrugs off one tackle and then shapes to kick towards goal. Kicks in. It looks like a good finish. I think he likes it. The goal umpire likes it, and terrific strong work there by Armat. He looked like he'd been caught for a moment there, but shrugged the tackle, and then he was still looking to give off inside, and eventually decided he was the one to do the job.
Yeah, young Eric Cox there, a very good footballer. I like the look of him, but yeah, just to that contest there, you can't, as a defender, when you attack the footy, you can't let the footy get behind you, because then it just puts your whole back line out of shape. And great contest by Byron Armat, just using his strength, and geez, it was a tough angle over in that pocket, just slots it. I think it was a drop punt.
Yeah, he's pretty confident with it.
Yep.
So Niembo wins that hit out. Baldock overruns it. Ball slips out now. Opportunity for Palmerston. and playing for the free kick initially, I think, and then just fell to the ground, and Saints in turn called for a free kick, but umpire says stalemate and a ball up as Niambo taps it down here, and at ground level Romolo, some clever work to get it down towards half forward, but Palmerston across half back, Brian Ross clears it. Again, it's Romolo down there who got his hands to the ball, gets on the outside now and receives. It's a kick inside forward 50 that's well read and chopped off, and Palmerston now switching to the grandstand side of the ground. There's some pressure on, but the ball gets out the back, and Davey hand passes over the top, put his teammate under some pressure. He got the hand pass back. Oh, some clever work by Davey. Takes possession and kicks forward, and another good contest down here, and the ball forced out of bounds.
Yeah, it was a bit lucky there from the Palmerston boys. They was last to leave the stoppage, and they were all out in the wing here waiting for it. St Mary's have slid across now though, and covered off those exits.
So from the boundary throw in, the ball over the back, and Waylon Davey picks up, he's caught high, and he'll go back and take the free kick. There's Fairchild on the mark. Davey just chips it out here to Rasmussen, who's had a bit of the footy early in the game. Swings around now and kicks long inside forward 50. Oh, strong good mark in between three St Mary's players down there was Warwick Campbell, and yeah, just stretching out, taking it at its highest, and a good contested mark.
Yeah, he's on Brendan Nathaniel as well, a player that I think's a player of the future, a good decent fullback, and in the mould a bit of the old Dustin Fletcher, Harry Andrews sort of mould. He's got to go back and slot this.
So, set shot. He likes it, fist pumping as he puts it straight through the middle from about 30 metres out. And so goal for goal early here in the second quarter. Palmerston with the first, then Saints, and now Waylon Davey for Palmerston just draws that margin back to less than a goal.
Yeah, definitely. And the both Palmerston players that got points in the first quarter have lined up and kicked goals from now to put it 2-3-15 to 3-1-19 St Mary's way. Young Davey really showing his pace, and looks like the Palmerston guys have rotated the midfield now. Waylon Davey going onto the ball. The big semi's in the ruck.
He is back on the ground after having the first few minutes of the quarter off, so he loses this hit out though, because there's a bit of height on the other side of the circle as well, as Palmerston take it forward inside forward 50 now. It's a strong tackle and caught with the ball. I think the free kick's been paid, and he didn't realise he had it at first, but Gabriel Mulholland will take the free kick, and he'll be kicking from about 50 metres. He's just seeing what he's got in front of him. Everyone seems to be manned up pretty well, so he's seen a lead and goes that way. The kick's good, and again a beautiful kick, beautiful hands, and a good lead that got the ball out into some space, and Warwick Campbell once again.
Yeah, I don't mind the look of him.
Yeah.
He's that Catherine boy, and taking a couple of good grabs now on the lead, and the kicks have been to his advantage, and kicked a good one before. Let's see how he goes for this third shot on goal.
So just fading across the face, I think, and through for a behind. So a let off for Saints there, but was good use of the ball coming in, and gee, the marking's been good tonight, Robbie. In the hands overhead, been really, really confident, really strong, both sides.
Yeah, and it does get slippery up here, the footy, and these young kids have probably adapt to it from years of playing junior footy. Nathaniel with a long kick out down to half back.
This time the ball slips out, and Kazamba gets a quick kick forward, but only as far as McConnell for Palmerston. He gives it over inboard, and now they've got a chance to go forward. Found some space and go long. Over
Holland.
the top. The mark's been paid.
Reverse it, mate.
Yeah, so Mulholland once again see that he's lining up at centre half forward. There's probably some bigger players on the side, but he's a mobile marking target for them down there, and it's been pretty impressive as he lines up for his second. Yep, might have learnt from the first one. Yeah, so why didn't he do that first time? No problem whatsoever. And so Palmerston starting to flex their muscles a bit and show us what they've got, and they've kicked 3-1 in this quarter and snatched the lead for the first time in the game.
Yeah, definitely. Some really good ball movement here, going back into the corridor, not getting caught with just going down the line and getting it in long there to a couple of leading forwards and mobile forwards. St Mary's now with a few key players out. These next fringe of players, Brett Wilson, Fairchild and Isaiah Baldock here in the midfield, they're really going to have to get them back going here at the start of this second quarter. Middle of the second quarter, sorry, with only, 5.5 minutes to go, Stu?
Yeah, that's right, and Palmerston have come out and learnt from the first quarter. I think they're going pretty direct inside forward 50 and finding targets, and now from that centre ruck contest, it's Davey who is first out there, hand passes in front of himself and then hacks the ball off the ground forward as at ground level involved once again for Palmerston was Rasmussen, but some good work down there by Fairchild, hand pass back inboard to Baldock, but couldn't control it. Good steady work at cross half back from McWilliams, and the hack kick comes down to half forward for St Mary's at ground level. Coleman scrambling for it, tried to get it out to the advantage of his teammate, but eventually it spills out. Wilson picks up, breaks clear, tries a neat pass inside forward 50. It fell short of Armat down there, and Palmerston able to clear out of defence. McConnell once again doing strong work in defence, hacked it forward, and now Palmerston through the middle had some space, ducked back into trouble, Gillett, and he got caught with the ball and probably should have just kept going on the left. McWilliams, good tackle, and now drills the ball straight up the middle of the ground. That's a good pass, and he finds Michael Romolo. Romolo kicks short again off target, and looking for Armat down there, but Palmerston were awake to it and got some numbers around it. Or the attempted kick out of defence was smothered and gives Saints a chance to get onto it again as it spills out. Quick kick comes out of defence from Fuller out into some space, and first there for Palmerston was Holtz, who tried to hand pass to the ground to get himself out of trouble, but some neat work by Palmerston in defence, get the kick out, and perhaps a fortunate floating kick falls into the arms of Corey, who swings around on the right, kicks down towards 50. Coming out at the ball again was Campbell, just slipped through his hands this time. A quick kick in by Justin Campbell, but well read in defence, and Bush clears away for St Mary's, but running hard onto it down there for Palmerston was Corey. He got caught in the contest, and now Palmerston have got it inside forward 50, a one-on-one. Strong tackle once again down there by Matt Jackson for St Mary's, just held up that forward entry from Palmerston, but the ball spills out and they've got another chance as the kick comes out towards the boundary line where Mulholland's first there. He tries to beat two St Mary's opponents, eventually gets the hand pass, but the umpire ruled that it in fact wasn't a hand pass and was a throw, so the free kick in defence will be taken by Gabiku for St Mary's. He kicks towards the centre square, the ball spills over the back, and good use of the hands sees McWilliams kick long, but just too long for his teammate down there in McPhee, and it's chopped off in defence. But good, well read there by Fairchild for St Mary's, got the thump away, and now McWilliams gets on the end and gets a kick forward. Armat edges his opponent out of the way. The ball spills out the back. St Mary's running onto it. They've got a couple of players there, and it was Edward Nyambo who took responsibility himself. He perhaps could have given off, but kicked it on the outside of the boot, and yeah, it was terrific body work down there by Byron Armat, Robbie, that just cleared the path. We see here he got his opponent out of the way, and Nyambo just a bit of deft touch there with the outside of the hand, got it back to his own advantage, and a terrific finish.
Yeah, about 2 or 3 minutes ago, when they did have the ball through the middle corridor, Armat was deep and probably didn't need to lead because none of the Palmerston guys had come through and actually dropped back into that space. So Armat was just free in that area. Now we've just got Ethan Coleman, I believe, with some sort of ankle or shin complaint, perhaps. It did with that collision that he just had. Something did happen there, and that could probably see out the quarter at this rate. What have we got? A minute 20 to go.
Yeah, that's right. They've got him to his feet now, but he's inside the centre square, so there won't be any play until at least he gets out of the square there, as players aren't in position to get restarted yet. I don't know what the umpire's call is. He looks to be in a fair bit of pain as he's helped by a couple of people. He's outside of the centre square now, but 50 seconds to go in the half, and it's not too much urgency to get the game underway again, as I think the players had swarmed in to form some packs, and now they have to get back in position with players in goal squares and 6 in each of the circles. So
gonna have to be a very quick score.
Yeah, it
what
is.
Have we got? 20 seconds.
So the interchange has been made, and now they've allowed play to go on as Gazambo smashes it forward, but Palmerston have read it pretty well. A quick kick off the ground by Fairchild as the ball spills out wide and through the hands. The kick comes out. They might be playing overtime here. No, they're not. The siren goes as the mark was taken, and St Mary's, who'd given up the lead, got with that last goal, got it back, and we've got a fantastic contest here at half-time, Robbie.
Yeah, Byron Armat with 2, Baldock and Niambo with 1 apiece, Gabriel Mulholland with 2, and Campbell with 1. Baldock, Romolo, Armat good for Saints, and Eric Cox, Davey, Corey and Campbell have all had moments as well for Palmerston. Stay tuned for the third quarter of the TIO NTFL Under-18s football.
Turnover. Tommy Clark hits it with pace. Serves it up. Oh, was it Bruce? Sorry. Bruce giving it over to Mitch Robinson. Robinson snap.
Sausage roll!
It's the Kodak snap of the day. Comes in.
Kick 2 goals too.
Oh, nice strike at the football. Can he work it back? Oh,
there it is.
Worked it back all right. It's a Buff Ewing special. Just stay there by the Saints player in Stenning.
Oh, Verodos.
Picked up Verodos on the right foot. Snaps a shot on goal. It's a goal.
Get around him!
Get it. So he's looking to snap on that left foot. Steps out and around.
Loves the celebration.
Through it. Oh, get it, get around him. Joey Collinson kicks a ripper from the pocket for the Buffs. His end of the ground. Grenfold's trying to mark that. Well done. Picked up there by the Saints player in Hartung. It comes out. Little snap
Cookie.
on goal. Well done, Cook.
The Cookie Monster gets one there. Beautiful snap through.
Ground Cook with beautiful quick hands there.
Boils out.
To Hillier. Boils out. The big guy from Adelaide goes for goal. And that's a great finish. Oh, that's a great finish.
Great goal.
Well done, Boyle. Kicks a goal for St Mary's. As the run of it, feeds it out. Salmon will get the handball from Lant. Joey Salmon on his left foot. He kicks an inside right foot and he kicks a goal. Great goal, Joey Salmon. It's long towards the contest. Saints player there in Hartung does very well. He gathers that ball, gives it over to Mitchie Musgrave. Mitchie, yes, beautiful shot on goal there, makes him pay. Chance to get it, he knocks it to his advantage and then gathers. Well done, Dylan Lant. Grenfell again. Oh, he's a nightmare. No, he's played on quickly and he's kicked the goal.
Fifth.
He's kicked 5, the big fella. Oh, it's chopped off beautifully there by the Saints player in Smithman. Well done to Coco Nicky. And old Choco, he's got one for him against the grain. Coco Nicky jails one. Here he goes. Cooper.
I'm at Watkins here, a bit short.
Bit short. He needed to probably take a few
good
extra
goal.
steps.
I'm at Watkins from the boundary.
Watkins, get around him. That's what the Buffaloes needed. Here they come, the Buffaloes, the double blues. Forward there. Trapped well by Pendlebury. He gives it out to the advantage of Coco Nicky, who's been their best forward
Super
by
Cooper.
far. Over to Cooper. Can Cooper finish off for the Buffaloes? Cooper's jailed it. Well done, Cooper. Goes about it. He goes long this time.
Big
force. Sausage. Go for goal, son. In your 200th. And he just does the team thing. The Sauce. Nightmares about this bloke tonight. He steps out, he hoiks
Straight
it
through
across
the
his
middle.
body. That's another goal. The big fella from St Mary's has kicked his 7th.
Palmerston Magpies share it around, picked up Guthrie. Guthrie kicks on goal in the square. Little nudge out, just the nicest little nudge out. And Brodie Lake, his direct opponent, my information was correct. He nudged Lake out, and Eddie Betts has the mark. Lake on the goal line, no problem whatsoever. So inside about a minute and 15 seconds, Eddie Betts and Palmerston on the board.
Distance forward line, Ian, there's a big emphasis on Eddie Betts, and here he comes.
Betts comes into the picture. Matthew Dennis one way, then the other. Betts slips through. Brodie Lake, your man. Betts has got 2. Palmerston have got 2. 7 minutes in. No, it's not. In front. That time it's Mazzini for Southern Districts. Won the tap. Picked up. Kick on goal. And it's a goal. Inch. Running around. Is that Fijo? Fijo spins the ball forward. Looks for a teammate. Drops the mark. Had plenty of time and then puts Districts in front. That's Taj Stanley. Goal. The left footer. Across the face. But a big mark taken. Now we might have it. Sam Dunstan.
He is going to go around the corner.
He is a right footer. He's stuck in the left forward pocket. Suits the right footer. Gets the hurry up from the field umpire, and Dunstan kicks and kicks truly. They've gone on Josiah Farah. Gets back to Farah on the left foot. Kicks to the top of the square. Over the back. Big mark. Betts.
Amazing mark. Right on the boundary line too. But he...
Not a note, but he hits the ground, curls it around the corner and gets number 4, I reckon.
Yes, an Eddie Betts special we've just seen there, Ian.
Unaffected. Ball in dispute. Maggie's at the ground level. Ball over the back. Who's got the pace? Michael Bowden. You're right, got Betts. Betts has got it. Betts on the non-preferred left. Betts has got 5. Doesn't matter who they put on him. Listen. The big man, beaten to it by Mazzia, picked up that time and a goal.
Now, make sure that's not touched. No, it's not. So that is the sealer.
Running away. He's run 100 metres. Kicks on goal. Dunstan. And there's Smith. Kicks a goal. Luke Smith it was.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium here, under-18 football 2022-2023 season. St Mary's are leading Palmerston by 3 points. Stu Davis, very good game of football, top of the ladder clash.
It is, great game of football, and it's reflected on the scoreboard, just a 3-point margin, and could go either way. But yeah, these two teams, as you said, top of the table, and really probably are the standout teams in what is a very good under-18s competition, and it's reasonably even across the board, but these two just a step up from most of the others, I think. Although you know, Saints have been beaten by Nightcliff, and Palmerston have lost also. So yeah, it's a great competition to watch, and really happy to bring it most Friday nights as Saints into attack early, and McWilliams started in the back line. Looks like he's been moved forward in this third quarter as he tries to get away from the tackler down there. Gets a hand pass over the top. Wilson trying to duck one way then the other to try to get past his direct opponent, and Palmerston look like they're potentially work it out here. That was a bit of a loose tap inboard, but it's paid off as the clearing kick comes from Brian Ross for Palmerston, and they get it forward to centre now. Running onto it down there was Gillett for Palmerston. The hand pass comes across here to Justin Campbell. He kicks long towards goal, and that's a terrific finish. And so Saints took the ball from the clearance, got it forward, and then Palmerston, perhaps a bit fortunate, but backed themselves and ran it from one end of the ground to the other, and finished with the goal.
Yeah, definitely a bit of chaos football there, and Mulholland got stuck under the footy there, and it was great for him to create that contest, bring it to ground. The front and centre effort there from Tallis Gillett, the vice-captain, was exceptional. He got that ball forward, and the big fella Justin Campbell slotted it through for his first goal of the game.
Lead change again early in this third quarter. It's a real back and forwards here. It's I was going to say arm wrestle, but really the game's opened up a fair bit, and there's some quick passages of play, some very fast players down there as from the clearance by Niembo gets it inside forward 50 for Saints once again. Hand pass comes over the top, arm out the chance, hand passes inboard to Wilson. And he smacks it into the goalpost from the top of the goal square. It was a terrific team play there by Saints. McWilliams to Armat to Wilson, but just to behind as Palmerston wastes no time bringing it in. They've got it down to the grandstand wing here as the hand pass inboard by Lakel Banderson, and a kick forward by Tyrell Corey. So they're forward of centre now as trying to work the ball into some space at the bottom of the pack. Elijah Davey does some hard work, but now gets his hands on it and tries to break away. His hand passes inboard, but was a bit loose. Fortunately bounced into the hands down there of Rasmussen, who kicks long. Baldock sat under that one and spilt the mark, but he's had the presence of mind to recover and got it across to Bush, and then back to Baldock, and his kick misses the target and bounces, and then forced over the line for a boundary throw in.
Yeah, becoming a lot more chaotic this start of the third quarter. Very quick football, and I think young Madrill just come off there with an injury knee to the rib cage.
So the boundary throw in straight forward. Romolo couldn't control it. Now Palmerston out the back of the pack, swinging round is Eric Cox into space, kicks long down towards half forward. That's a good kick, and hits Waylon Davey on the lead. He wheels around, wastes no time, kicks on inside forward 50, looking down there for Campbell. Clever spinning work, picks up, kicks long towards goal, but just off to the right and through for a behind. Yeah, you're right. It's really hectic at the moment. There's not much time once you get your hands on the ball. So, but both sides moving the ball quickly. It's great to watch as the chip pass comes in from the kick in, and Cooper Rainey goes short again, and he finds Leo King at centre half back for. He's called to play on now. As player came in, but play on is the call as it comes out to the grandstand side, and Elijah Davey just shows some speed there, gets away, and then ducks back inside, kicks long inside forward 50. Good crumb by Waylon Davey, but got caught with the ball in the end. So strong defence by St Mary's, and Foundi Gabiko takes the free kick, chips out wide, and he finds his teammate out there, Leo King. King going around the outer side, but best read out there by Rasmussen once again, whose name we've called a fair bit, Robbie, and getting plenty of the ball as he chips inside forward 50, and he's found, I think it's Justin Campbell again, who sees what he likes, something he likes at centre half forward, and got it through some traffic, and the mark's taken there by Quentin Brooking. So their tools coming to the fore now, Palmerston.
Yeah, it was definitely a very good crumb from Waylon Davey, but geez, Gabuku, he's got some pace and he was able to close him down, which is great.
So the set shot is called to play on. It's going high into the goal square, and off hands, just spills over the goal line for a behind to Palmerston.
St Mary's need to find a way here to get it down the other end. Palmerston are pressing here.
So Saints just chipping it backwards and forwards across the goal face there, as eventually King brings it grandstand side to the mark claim down there, and paid to Eric Cox for Palmerston. He'll drive him back inside 50 into the centre corridor down there, a leap, and now a snap at goal, but I think that might have been half smothered off the boot as it's in a dangerous area. A quick kick towards goal. But, just hit the post, and that was Gabriel Mulholland once again, who's proving a handful in the forward line for Palmerston.
2 goals, 2 for Mulholland for the day.
So Nathaniel brings it in. Big leap down there, but no hands on the ball, and just sitting underneath it was Lakel Banderson. Takes a good mark, but this time Saints again across half back and sprinting away as Edward Niembo has a couple of bounces, runs himself into trouble, gets out of trouble. Now kicks long to a one-on-one in the goal square. Armat, the ball's tapped over the back. Some good defensive work down there. Terrific stuff by Kane Fuller. He gets the hand pass over the top eventually to his captain McConnell, and McConnell clears down the centre of the ground. Kazembo called his teammate out and then spilt the mark, and it finishes in the hands of Wilson, who gives it across to Niembo, who goes long. Matt running with the flight of the ball, runs straight into the face of his Palmerston opponent, but coming in doing the tidy up work was McWilliams, and he slams it through for a goal from the top of the goal square. So terrific opportunist goal from Anthony McWilliams, Robbie.
Yeah, definitely. The umpire's definitely missed a free kick here. You can't just run into someone. We see it here. No eyes on the footy. The umpire's missed that one, but the Crummers were there, were able to get the goal, and Anthony McWilliams, who has been a bit quiet, a player that I don't mind watching, jails through his first for the night.
Yeah, as I said, he started in the back line tonight, but forward, centre half forward is where they probably need him the most. So again, a lead change. It's just the 1 point the difference now as Saints get their nose back in front. And from the ruck contest, Baldock gets his hands on the ball, just spills out now, but he's still involved at ground level and drags it back in, and then gets caught with the ball. It spills out again, and again it's frantic footy at ground level as Saints just try to work it out, but there's plenty of Palmerston players around. Eventually a free kick's been found, and Edwin Niembo will take that free kick. He's called to play on, almost run down from behind, but gets the kick straight down the ground, or just running under it down there was Corey, and allowed the ball to slip over the back and put the Palmerston defence under some pressure. Rasmussen gets a hand pass, but Tipalura gets on the end of it now, makes a little bit of space for himself, kicks high down towards full forward. Matt in the marking contest trying to claim the mark, was off hands about 3 times from his Palmerston opponent though, and it was never going to be paid, and eventually the ball spills over the boundary line, and another boundary throw in.
Yeah, St Mary's really dominate the clearances as well, Stu, and they're first to the football and harder and lower at the moment, and that frontal pressure there from those small forwards really caused that turnover and put the Palmerston back on under significant pressure.
So the boundary throw in. Matt doing the ruck work, just pushed his opponent out of the way, got it down looking for Tipalura. Tipalura at ground level tries to break through, but lost possession of the ball in the tackle, and now Palmerston break to the outer side through Rasmussen. Has a bounce because he didn't have anything to kick to, and then is forced to kick down the line. Palmerston players come in now and make a contest, and Cox runs onto it, swings back inboard, hand passes long to the big fella in Quentin Brooking. He swings outside, kicks the ball inside forward 50 to a one-on-one contest. It slips out the back, but nicely picked up down there by Campbell. Has a snap towards goal, but it trickles across the face of goal and out of bounds for a boundary throw-in once again.
Yeah, some very good transition there from Palmerston, and Isaiah Baldock covered off that exit really well and had to go back inboard, and a risky 2-on-2 kick, but it ended up paying off for Palmy, but it was good covering from Isaiah Baldock there on the exit kick.
Ruck contest from the boundary throw-in. Sees the ball on ground, and here's a chance for Palmerston running through, almost tackled without it there, and the whistle's gone, I think, and so it'll be Leo Holtz who will take the free kick for Palmerston. In fact, advantage, no, hasn't been allowed, so the ball's coming back, and it'll be Holtz who, with the free kick, only the player on the mark, only 10 metres out from goal, and really not much of an angle, so this should be a gimme from here.
Go on the drop punt.
Yeah. Oh no.
Very risky.
Gee, look, I'm sure he was going to kick that left foot, but chipped it through, and the goal to Palmerston sees them regain the lead. So a seesawing contest here as we've gone almost goal for goal since quarter time, and it's Palmerston who regain the lead, a 5-point lead with about 11 minutes gone in this third quarter. Fantastic under-18s action.
Yeah, Rasmussen has been good at half-back for Palmerston, cutting off a few plays, and has been vital because I think the stats would heavily favour St Mary's winning the clearances and Palmerston just winning the football back on the half-back line with Trevance Ballsy and a few of those boys, just cutting off a lot of the ball movement from St Mary's. If St Mary's are clean from this clearance, they can really get a deep entry.
So from the ruck contest over the top was Holtz, and now the ball slips out the back. Cox just cleverly gets the hand pass out to Davey, and Elijah Davey goes long down towards half forward. Good work across half back by Bush, gave the hand pass off to King, who got run down in the tackle, and now on the counter attack, Palmerston coming forward. That looked like a late hit. Play on's the call as the ball goes inside forward 50 at ground level. The ball just found its way over the boundary line, and another boundary throw in Palmerston's forward line, and an opportunity with a stoppage deep forward to put some pressure on the Saints defence and perhaps get another shot at goal as the boundary throw-in falls a bit short and falls into the hands here.
Oh, he's jailed it.
He has, and
is it Campbell?
Is it Campbell or Davey down there who kicked that? I think it's Campbell. Yeah, I think you're right, and he's got some smarts about him, hasn't he?
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely a bigger fella, but he definitely moves like a small fella. A little bit of puppy fat still on him. He's just slotted that with some silk, and that actually puts Palmerston to 6 goals 7-43 to St Mary's 5-2-32. So it's actually 43. There we go, and that's the actual score. And Palmerston really coming back here and putting some real scoreboard pressure now on the young Sainers, who do have a younger side in today. Yeah,
3 goals to 1 this quarter to Palmerston, and they stretch that lead out. It's their biggest lead for the night, and Saints with the work to do as the clock ticks down under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter.
And Eric Cox has been moved on the ball for Palmerston, 21, and I've liked the look of him.
Yeah, getting plenty of it as Kazambo thumps it forward, and Romolo runs onto it, shows the ball, and then gets a hand pass outside to Jello, gets down to the forward 50 line where McWilliams is involved in a heavy contest down there, and Palmerston through the hands. Cox again out to Rasmussen once again, and his kick just goes through the hands of his teammate down there, allows Saints to get back onto it, but Madrill, in trying to get the hand pass out, the ball slipped out as he was tackled, and Alberto Bronga will take the free kick, and he wastes no time, goes long inside forward 50. The ball spills forward from the marking contest. Campbell's involved again, hacks it off the ground out into some open space, but Saints are first there. Baldock gets the hand pass up to Kabiku, but His kick just scrubbed it along the ground, but fortunately fell into the hands of a teammate. Madrill ducks back around inside and then tries to hook it forward, and a nice mark taken by Edward Niembo, who's been pretty impressive tonight, had plenty of the footy, and he plays on straight away. He's got a loose forward. McWilliams drops the mark this time, but hand passes inboard on the pickup, but great pressure in defence. It just caused Rainey to slew the ball off the side of his boot, and now it's a scramble for the ball at ground level as Armat shrugs a tackle again, runs himself into some space, kicks long towards goal, and I think he's kicked it. You've got to be kidding. He's done it again, just shrugged off the tackle, found space where there wasn't any, and finished beautifully.
Yeah, he went for a hard ball get here and got put on his backside, but then was able to get back up and fight back for the footy here and just show some strength off the first contest. They didn't go to him, and then he's got some really good skills, hasn't he? And that's his third for the day, and three straight for Byron Armat in today's game. Definitely they needed that, because I was thinking maybe they needed to move him up the ground a bit more with those lack of inside 50s in the last 10 minutes, but get the footy down there and he's going to do the work for him.
Yeah, and just the ability to find space in traffic and not panic and settle, and done it a couple of times now, a couple of fantastic goals, so, and a set shot one. So from the restart, about 30 seconds to go, so looking for a clearance and an opportunity to score both sides here. A holding free kick being paid. It's Niembo again, so it's Saints with the opportunity. That hand pass just a little bit loose, but now they chip it grandstand side and going the indirect route as running onto it down here is Politis. He ducks back inside, goes for the long hand pass inboard, and Niembo now goes long forward. The ball slips over the back, and Cox has worked his way back to help out the defence, and it was timely as Saints looked like they had an opportunity to score again, but good scrambling defence down there. And Palmerston have won the quarter and take themselves into three-quarter time with a slight lead.
Yeah, Gab Mulholland and Warwick Campbell with 2 goals apiece. Justin Campbell and Holtz with 1 each. Baldock, McWilliams and Niembo with 1 apiece, and the big bangerang Armat with 3. Stay tuned for the last quarter.
This afternoon here at Marara, TIO Stadium. To the left of your radio they go.
Wow, what a goal to start the game. Picked up by Makar. Beautiful. Goes for home and it's nailed an absolute ripsaw. From the pocket, and he's kicked an absolute ripper.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium here, St Mary's versus Palmerston. Top of the table clash. It was Stu Davis and Rob Hale. Stu, 5 points in it. It's a very close game. I don't know which way it's going to go. Palmerston going towards the traditional scoring end.
Yeah, set up for a grandstand finish, isn't it? And pretty impressed with Palmerston. They were down early and kept battling, and they've got some good pace, good height, and yeah, pretty well settled across the field, and they've got some stars up forward as well.
Yeah, I like the look of Mulholland and Campbell, and Eric Cox and Rasmussen down back have been really good for him. Yeah,
so Saints, you would think with the work to do, only a 5-point margin, and they've been pretty clean going forward at times, but McWilliams back in the forward half really helped them in that third quarter, but it was Palmerston who came out on top, and now it's Kazamba with a big thump forward. Jalel gets on the end of it, hand passes inboard to Kazamba. Don't know if that was the best idea, as he tried to pick it up. A throw's been called here, and it's going to be a Palmerston free kick across half back, and Rasmussen again will take that free kick. He's looking to switch to the grandstand wing here, where he's got Elijah Davey in some space. He takes the mark now, wheels around on the right foot, and drills the ball to Mulholland coming up from half forward. Mulholland always kick just hits the player on the mark, but fortunately his teammate got on the end of it down there in Lakel Banderson, but tried to do a little bit too much and got caught with the ball, and it's a Saints free kick to Zane Jalel across half back. He thumps the ball down, grandstand wing, mark almost taken, being claimed, but play on's the call as Ross thumps it back towards half forward for St Mary's. Ethan Bush across there gets a hand pass, didn't expect it back, and it's missed him, and now Palmerston the opportunity, but Bush involved again as the ball spills out. The big fella Kazamba gets a quick kick around the corner, and Ethan Bush follows up again and gets his hands on the ball, but he gets thumped to the ground as the ball spills out, and Palmerston get their hands on it now, and Lorenzo Brongu tries to duck back one way, then gives the hand pass, and the kick comes into the forward pocket. In defence down there for Saints was Gabiku, and free kick's been found, and it's going his way. He's looking to go outer side of the ground where there's a few free Saints players, and they work the ball around the outer side, but reading it well, and Trevance Bolsey just chipped in there, took the intercept mark. He's gone for the barrel out of there, and not sure that was the best option, and Saints have got numbers around. That's a hand pass back to a player under plenty of pressure, which gives Palmerston the opportunity to go forward now in the marking contest. The ball spills forward. Here's danger for Saints, but Campbell loses his footing, and the ball spills now to Waylon Davey. He shrugs a tackle, kicks on the outside of the foot, and the player that won't miss has missed to the right-hand side, and a let off for Saints there. Yeah, Saints had numbers out there, and then hand pass just went backwards to someone who had someone right on his tail, and Palmerston pounced and got it forward, but not a goal.
Yeah, Gabiku's been very good on Waylon Davey, kept him to the 2 points today. Leo King out the back pocket. Oh, that's Williams.
Williams, yeah, he's got no one on him, and the mark's spilled out there by Stavry, unfortunately for Saints, but they get it over the top, and now running away around the outer side is Niembo again, kicks down towards half forward at ground level. Madrill kicks high, looking for Armat down there.
Good courage.
Good courageous effort running back with the flight of the ball, but now it's thumped out. That's been hacked off the ground over the boundary line, and it's going to be paid deliberate, I think, here. And
yeah, the Palming back line just had to really boot that football out to the wing there. Unsure what he was doing, tapping it back in the corridor. Byron Armat with no one on the mark here.
Yeah, but he's allowing them time to get there. Just backing his routine, I think, from out there, Robbie, as he'll kick from, obviously it's out of bounds free kick. He wheels inboard now, just drills the ball. It's going to fall short, and had it on line, but just drilled it rather than kicking through it, and allowed the Palmerston defenders to come in and get hands to the ball, and now they bring it in towards the outer side as the mark's taken by Kane Fuller. He goes forward again, outer side, mark spilt by Stavry, and now Palmerston pounce on that and get it down towards half forward. almost thrown out there, but play on's the call as the ball swings back inside, and Leo Holt swings around, chips the pass in. It falls short of his teammate though, and Cox recovers well, gets to his feet and picks up, and now chips the ball forward, but that's off target, and well read in defence by Leo King. King looking to go outer side of the ground, cops a bump as he kicks the ball. It spills over the back, and Stavrey makes amends for the mark he spilt before, kicks along the line, but misses the target, and now coming in his Fairchild. He shaped a hand pass and then did in the end, gave it to Madrill. Madrill goes long looking for Armat. The ball punched away from him towards the back pocket. Ducking back inside was McConnell. He got caught with the ball, and Big Coleman gets involved with a hand pass forward, but clever work down the back there by Brian Ross, and he clears away and finds a teammate, Lakel Banderson. Banderson comes grandstand side, and they're getting players in some space now as the kick goes long, close to the boundary line from Justin Campbell, and good defensive work down there by Brendan Nathaniel. Just got a fist to it, got it over the boundary line, and a stoppage at half forward for Palmerston.
Yeah, St Mary's really going to have to pair off here a bit better. Palmerston player just sitting out in the wing there, and the Palmerston backline was able to use him and hit that target to that space.
So the ball out into space from that ruck contest, and Mulholland runs onto it, had his jumper pulled. The umpire's right there on the spot, and Gabriel Mulholland will take the free kick. He plays on now, swings around, chipping the ball inside forward 50, and again he's found Campbell down there, and Warwick Campbell takes a nice mark under pressure on the second grab, and he'll go back and have a set shot from about 35 out. Bit of an angle from the grandstand side, but we've seen that he's got good kicking skills before.
Yeah, he's kicked 2 goals, 3 for the day, and he's really given a lot of headaches to the St Mary's forward line, just with how good his hands are, how clean he is, and he's kicked it. No, he hasn't.
No, he hasn't. It's in fact, it's gone across the face and fallen short, and well read by Baldock there, and takes a nice mark, and now he plays on to the outer side of the ground, but it's well read out there and chopped off, and Palmerston with a chance to bring it back in. Yeah, I thought it might be a bit tall for him, but it could be. The kick just slides off the side of the boot a little bit and hits about 20 metres out. Elijah Davey runs onto it, finds some space, hand passes back here to Rasmussen. He hand passes forward to Mulholland, back to Rasmussen, but he got bundled out of the way, and Saints now clear it out of defence. Wilson goes wide looking for Peniris out there, can't control it the first time, runs onto it now, then gets bumped to the ground as the ball spills out. Saints have got the numbers if they can pick it up, but there's a free kick being paid, and it's going against St Mary's, and it's McConnell for Palmerston, kicks grandstand side, but Saints get it off hands down there. Romulo and Bush do the work. A dinky little kick inboard finds the big fella Sam Kazamba. Kazamba just kicks long down towards half forward as the ball spills over the back now. Saints are going to be first there, and picked up by McWilliams, who hooks it on the left foot down in the Armat direction. He taps it forward in the ruck contest. Cleverly done, and well read by Edwin Niembo, who's almost been Saints' best player tonight, I would think, Robbie, and he runs onto that and runs into the open goal.
Yeah, Edwin and Niembo probably playing on the ball still, I think, and just his work rate and no one being able to run with him, and just gut running through here through the centre corridor, got there front centre, the only bloke there, and he reaps the benefits and gets a lick of the ice cream.
Clever again by Armat though, wasn't it? Just tapped it to the advantage of Niembo from the marking contest.
Yeah, it was a very good tap on, and very slingshotty game. Only 8 minutes 30 into the last quarter, so we've only got 7.5 to go here for those viewers at home.
And Saints nudge in front again by the 1 point as Kazamba thumps it forward through the hands there of McPhee, who's had a really quiet night tonight, and now Saints have got it inside forward 50 again. Armat out in front, gets it on the bounce, but he's well tackled as he tried to run around his opponent there, and the ball spilled out. So Palmerston just settled, called to play on, in fact, down there, and now they're in all sorts of trouble as big fella Coleman shepherds for his teammate. The kick comes into Armat. That wasn't his best kick, and Palmerston kick it away with a hack kick off the ground, but still Saints players applying the pressure on the outer side, but good defensive work down there under plenty of pressure. That's Ethan Reinheimer who's done the work now. He's assisted by Trevance Balsey. He got the hand pass over the top, just trying to tap it into some space, but was pretty ineffectual in the end, and Ethan Bush comes out of it, gets the hand pass inboard, and now a kick down towards half forward to Mark Spilt, but a quick kick out of defence. Play on's the call, hasn't travelled far enough as Jallo got on the end of that, and now a quick kick forward by McWilliams into the forward line, but Cox back there for Palmerston just tidies up. Cool head gets a hand pass across and then receives back again, and clears to the outer side where Elijah Davey has got some space and some pace, and runs away from his opponent down there. Kicks long around the wing, well read by Leo King, but claimed the mark. Play on was the call. Touched was the umpire said, and play goes on as Campbell tries to work it through the legs of his opponent. The St Mary's player Williams tried to keep that in play, and then there's a holding free kick off the ball, and it's going to go to Ethan Bush for St Mary's, right on the centre wing in front of the interchange gates. He's called to play on now. He's hit late after that, and it'll be a free kick downfield. That was silly stuff from Gabriel Mulholland, and he's going to be shown a card here. I think it's a yellow card, so that Palmerston didn't need that in the crucial stages of the game, and so he's off the ground for the remainder of the game now. So
Palmerston, it was 17 now for the last 5 minutes.
So Saints chipping it across the centre of the ground, and Fairchild goes long now, straight down the middle as Coleman comes in, taps it forward. Niembo again gets a quick kick on it, but that's slammed into the behind post and out of bounds on the full, and so Palmerston the chance to regroup from their last line of defence. They currently trail by the 1 point. They've lost their centre half forward to a silly action, and they've got the work to do now, and just not much happening there, and called to play on and couldn't get past his opponent. Picked up down there by Tipalura, Normie Tipalura, and he just runs away and puts it through. So yeah, it's unfortunate there for Kane Fuller. Just didn't have much to go to. He was a bit exasperated, and then called to play on, and Normie Tipalura, who's had a presence up forward tonight, Robbie. He's a strong-bodied player in this grade, and put the pressure on and was rewarded with the goal. I just don't think the Palmerston midfield have rotated as well as what the St Mary's midfield have, and they just look like they're just slowly edging over them here with the extra fitness perhaps, and having that extra rotation, keeping themselves a bit more fresh. Palmerston have moved Cox onto the ball here, and Davey, and also they've got Rasmussen, so they've got Raymer, but they've got some really good players there. So that scoreboard on the screen should show 51-44, but we'll catch up on that shortly. But there's a chance for Palmerston. They've got the work to do, trailing by 7 points, just 3 minutes to go in the game. So Waylon Davey with the free kick in the centre of the ground now wheels around on the right foot and goes long and direct to centre half forward. The ball spills over the back. Williams gets his hands on it, and Nathaniel in there battling hard at ground level just copped one across the shoulder, and he'll receive the free kick, and no doubt will look to settle things down as a bit of byplay there by Baldock, just delaying getting the ball back to him. He's got a player outside if he wants to chip it that way, and he will.
Leo King's been good tonight as well, Stu, hasn't he? Has been good, very reliable defender for the Saints.
Yep, just misses with that kick and put his teammate under pressure, but Saints got some numbers around it now as the hand pass loops over the top. Saints still aren't out of trouble here as they're under pressure, messing with the ball a bit, and Cox makes them pay. He comes, swoops on that, kicks to a free player inside the centre corridor as Holtz gets on the end, ducks back inside now and kicks long down towards full forward, but well read at the back there by Foundy Gabiko, who's been solid all night, as you said before, Robbie, and that's a good pass, hits up Madrill, just outside of defensive 50, and Saints seemingly with the game in their control now as they chip it around, getting loose players around the ball. Normie Tipalura on the end of this one has a player forward, and McWilliams, he marks, plays on straight away, hand passes over the top to big Ethan Coleman. Ethan Coleman passes, looking for Banger. He runs around again, loses the ball, gets it up again, gets a hand pass over the top, which was called a throw, and it's a Palmerston free kick.
He's going to just wheel around there and jail another one there, big Bangarang for his 4th, but he's got 3 for the night.
So Palmerston looking to work it out of defence now, eventually just hack it out with a long kick. Ethan Bush just runs off his opponent there and gets to the fall of the ball, takes a nice mark, and he's been solid across half-back again, Robbie, as he has been all season.
I think he's still eligible for under 16s as well, so it's good for his development.
Yeah, he's been a solid player for St Mary's all year in the games that we've seen, and Madrill now receives on the outside, takes his time now, runs around his opponent on the mark, kicks the ball back in towards half forward. The ball spills to ground, and Rasmussen in there just got bumped out of the way. Now he's in there again, picks the ball up, cops a high tackle, and he'll take the free kick at half back for Palmerston as the clock ticks down to about 30 seconds to go. The ball, Palmerston goes straight up the middle of the ground. In there was Baldock, had his jumper pulled, and he'll take the free kick, and I'm sure he'll be in no hurry to dispose of this one as he kicks outside to Bush. And
Bush, any minute now.
Yep, so Bush chips outside to Madrill, and the siren goes to end the game. And a great game of under 18s footy, Robbie, and lived up to our expectations. I think Saints just a bit steadier in the crucial moments and run out 7-point winners.
Yeah, definitely. Byron Armat with 3 goals, Edward Namambo with 2, probably the best on ground we both agree with. Singles for Normie Tipalura, Isaiah Baldock and Anthony McWilliams, and for Palmerston, Leo Holtz with 1 with Campbell, and Mulholland and Warwick Campbell as well with 2 each. Stay tuned tomorrow for TIO NTFL Premier League football at 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock with St Mary's Men's Premier League taking on the Tiwi Bombers. Thanks for tuning in.